Listen to me carefully. I'm going to tell you something that nobody in your life has the courage to say. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your family, not your friends, not the government, not luck, nobody. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner your real life begins. I have lived long enough to watch people wait. Wait for the right time. Wait for the right opportunity. Wait for someone to believe in them first. And I have watched those same people, still waiting. 20 years later, same excuses, same dreams, same empty hands. Don't be that person. The life you want is not going to walk through your door. You have to go get it, alone, with your own hands, with your own sacrifice, with your own silent suffering that nobody will ever fully understand. This is not a sad story. This is the most powerful truth you will ever hear. Do it alone. And when you arrive, the victory will be entirely yours. Let me explain something. Doing it alone does not mean being angry at the world. It does not mean refusing help when it is offered. It does not mean isolating yourself from everyone. Doing it alone means this. You stop making your progress dependent on other people's participation. You stop waiting for someone to motivate you. You motivate yourself. You stop waiting for someone to believe in you. You believe in yourself. You stop waiting for the perfect team, the perfect partner, the perfect circumstance. You start with what you have, where you are. Right now, because I have seen too many talented people waste their potential, waiting for conditions that never arrived. The person who does it alone does not have better circumstances. They simply stopped requiring circumstances to be perfect before they began. I will not lie to you. This path is lonely. There will be nights when the people around you are celebrating and you are working. There will be weekends when everyone else is resting and you are building. There will be moments when nobody understands why you are sacrificing so much for something they cannot yet see. And in those moments, the loneliness will be real. Do not run from it. Sit with it, because that loneliness is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that you are on a path most people are too comfortable to take. The mansion does not come without lonely nights. The success does not come without misunderstood years. The freedom does not come without seasons of sacrifice that nobody witnessed. Learn to be comfortable alone, because your greatest work will always be done in private. Let me prepare you for something. When you decide to do it alone, when you decide to rise, some people will leave. Not because they are bad people, but because your growth will make them uncomfortable. Your discipline will make their laziness visible. Your ambition will make their comfort feel small. Your progress will ask them questions they are not ready to answer. And rather than answer those questions, they will distance themselves from you. This will hurt, especially when it is people you love. But understand this. The people who leave when you start to rise were never going where you are going. And keeping yourself small to keep them comfortable is the most expensive price you will ever pay. Let them go with peace, without bitterness, and keep moving, because the right people will find you at the level you are building toward. Most people are afraid of silence. They fill every moment with noise, with distraction, with other people's opinions, with endless scrolling, with anything that keeps them from sitting alone with their own thoughts. Because sitting alone with your own thoughts means confronting your own potential, and that is terrifying. But silence is where the real work happens. Silence is where you plan, where you think clearly, where you hear the voice inside you that knows exactly what needs to be done. The most powerful people I have ever observed are comfortable in silence. They do not need constant noise to feel alive. They do not need constant validation to feel worthy. They sit with themselves. They think deeply. They move deliberately. And they build without announcing every step to the world. Learn to love silence. It will give you more than any crowd ever could. Here is wisdom that took me years to understand. You do not owe anyone an explanation for your ambition. You do not need to justify why you want more, why you work harder than most, why you sacrifice what others won't. Stop explaining yourself to people who were never going to understand anyway. Every time you explain your vision to someone who cannot see it, you give away energy you cannot afford to lose. Every time you seek approval before you move, you hand control of your life to someone else. The people who built great things did not stop to explain themselves at every step. They moved. They built. They stayed quiet about the process. And they let the results speak when the time came. Work in silence. Let the outcome make the noise. I want to tell you about a specific moment. It happens somewhere in the journey, usually late at night, when the house is quiet, when the world is asleep, when there is nothing left but you and the work. No motivation, no inspiration, no one cheering. Just the decision to continue. That moment is where everything is decided. Not in the highlight reel, not in the victory speech. In that quiet, unglamorous moment, when you choose the work over the rest. When you choose the future over the comfort. When you choose who you are becoming over who you feel like being tonight. The mansion, the cars, the freedom, they are all built in those invisible moments. Moment by moment, night by night, decision by decision. Pay attention to those nights. They are more important than you know. One of the hardest parts of doing it alone is trusting a process that has not yet produced visible results. Because when you do it alone, there is no team around you to reassure you. No mentor constantly confirming you are on the right path. No crowd validating your progress. Just you and the work. And the faith that what you are building will eventually become undeniable. This requires a specific kind of courage. Not the courage to fight someone. The courage to keep going when there is no evidence yet that it is working. Most people quit here, right before the breakthrough, because the process is invisible for so long. That doubt feels more real than progress. But I am telling you from experience, the work is always accumulating, even when you cannot see it. Every day you show up, something is building beneath the surface. And one day, without warning, it breaks through, and the world sees the result of all those invisible nights. Trust the process, even alone, especially alone. Let me tell you what you actually build when you do it alone. Yes, you build the career. Yes, you build the financial freedom. Yes, you build the life that others look at and wonder how it happened. But more than all of that, you build something that cannot be taken from you. You build the knowledge that you are capable, that you can handle difficulty, that when everything is stripped away, and it is just you and the challenge, you do not fold, you do not run, you do not wait for rescue. You figure it out. And that knowledge, that deep, unshakable certainty about yourself, is worth more than everything you will ever own. Because possessions can be lost, circumstances can change, but who you become by doing it alone stays with you in every room you walk into for the rest of your life. Let me leave you with this. I have watched people with everything fail, and I have watched people with nothing succeed. The difference was never the resources. The difference was always the decision. The decision to stop waiting. The decision to stop explaining. The decision to stop needing permission. The decision to do it alone. In the dark, without applause, without guarantee, without anyone else's belief to lean on, just your own. You are more capable than you have allowed yourself to be. You have been waiting for conditions that will never be perfect. You have been waiting for people who will never be ready. You have been waiting for a moment that only comes to those who stop waiting for it. That moment is now, not tomorrow, not when you feel more prepared, not when someone finally believes in you. Now, get up. Get to work. Build it quietly. Protect your vision fiercely. Trust the process deeply. And do it alone. Because when you arrive, and you will arrive, the person looking back at you in that mirror will be someone you are proud of. Not because the world made it easy, but because you did it when it was hard, alone. Now go.